Welcome to MeatballCraft, episode 40. Today we have a very big project to be getting on with, so let's get started. While I've been messing about, we actually do now have 12 Neutronium ingots, which is enough to be able to make 1 seed and 2 cruxes, which is perfect, so I'll just make them. And here we have the Neutronium seeds growing nicely, so I just need to set up the correct ender chest for them, and we should... Actually, I was going to do something different for this one. I was going to just put them straight into a drawer for now, and then use a crafter. So now that we do actually have enough Neutronium, I think maybe we can start taking a bit of a divot and go down this very, very long crafting line. I'm not sure what I want to do with this right now. Okay, we need quite a lot of Neutronium ingots to be able to make this. So I think the plan... Oh my goodness. Oh good, we just automated this. Perfect. Okay, so I think the plan is... I'll leave this on for now, just as it is. And then, yeah, we'll come back to that later when we've got a bit of a backlog of Neutronium essence. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem if we waste some of the essence at the moment, turning it in less efficiently into Neutronium than if we wait, because we do produce quite a lot of essence. So by the time we have the new one thing, we won't really have to set them that much in the grand scheme of things. It's been like a minute and already we had enough Neutronium to be able to make another crack. So with 3 it'll go even faster. When we have all 9 it'll be really, really fast. The empowerment core is also nice and easy. We automated all this before, so job done. This isn't a perfect setup for the Fluix plasma, but just to kind of see what it would be like. We are making imperfect Neutronium nuggets like this. I don't know if there's a better way to make the neutron fluid, to be honest, but oh yes, soon it seems there will be a better way to get the neutron fluid, but that goes into this fluid enricher, and if you enrich Fluix plasma with imperfect Neutronium nuggets, you make 100 millibuckets more, which isn't really that much, but it should be fine. So I've put this on a priority of 5 inserting, and we should now be hopefully getting and more of this than we are using. So yeah, we've already made like a little bit more than we had. So I'm going to connect a fluid infuser and put some unidentified gems in as well, so that we can make what we want. I know this isn't really automated, but I'll set it up later. And there we go, we are making the reactive Fluix. So yeah, I mean, I don't quite know how much we need at the moment. 4 per, so that's at least 16, so that's fine for now, I would say. I have finally automated pink slime. I've just got a little fluid sieving machine down here. This interface I've just taken pink slime out of. It goes into the magma crucible automatically, goes into the fluid sieving machine, the pink slime fluid, and just mixes with some iron from an EM sealing. This is nice and easy. It's pretty slow though, because I should have set this up way earlier, but it's fine. Pink slime is infinite because of deep mob learning, so we should be good on pink slime now. We have 121,000 pink slime, and it is going down fairly fast, but we should have enough really, and that's because we need a pink slime tool forge to be able to make what we need, and I think we should have the recipes for all the other stuff that we need. I think we're making tool forges for something else anyway, so that should be fine. I've come across a small snag in the stellar capacitor recipe, and that is this Hellfire. The only way to get bottled Hellfire is by using fiery unguent tallow and dragon's blood. Tallow we can get from the witch's oven, so we've got to do some more witchery automation. It can only be made in the distillery there, so we need 2 villages. And another thing, I'm not quite sure how large the radius of an altar is, because they'll need altar power, so hopefully we can fit it in over here with the mandrake thing. Witchery machines are a little annoying to automate, but it's not impossible, so it should be fine. Currently I'm in the middle of a test to try and get this distillery to work to make us this bottled Hellfire automatically, and there is a little problem with the distillery, and that it only has 1 input for the actual ingredients, and that's from the top. And to make bottled Hellfire we need tallow, but we don't need tallow just in 1 section, we need it in 2. And if we have a limited item filter for 2, it's only going to put it in 1 slot, but we need it in 2 slots for it to actually craft. And moment of truth, okay, my plan has worked. So what I was doing originally was I had a limited item filter putting everything in, and again we had the problem with the tallow, but I've now fixed that problem, and the way I fixed it is I was using a torcherino just to speed it up to see if it worked. I have a phantom face over here, and on the phantom face we have a resonant retriever, and it accepts tallow, and we can have 2 stacks of tallow. So that means 2 stacks of tallow will stay in here, 1 stack will be here, and 1 here, and therefore it will then craft the bottled Hellfire. I know some people like rename one of the tallows, but I didn't know how to do that. So instead we have it like this. So as long as we get enough tallow, which might be a bit slow, it should be fine. One stack will always stay relatively full. It might be a bit slow with just the one of these, but they're so hard to automate, and I think tallow has to be made in one. No, I can make it in the honey smelter oven, which would speed it up, which we might do eventually, but right now I think if I just use a torturino for a while, we can get enough and then we can switch it for now. But it is automated, it does work, and we are getting the tallow. I'm also just using these villagers to get the unguent and the dragon's blood resin. They're fully upgraded. I don't know why one's slightly slower than the other, so it's, you know, it's not the fastest system anyway, so it should be fine with just this. We get bottled Hellfire, and we also get empty jars for free, which is nice. And I think I can just export them from this side, and then we'll have all the bottled Hellfire that we probably could ever want. This only extracts from the bottom. Oh, that was going to break it. So yeah, I had it extracted from the side, and it just takes the blaze powder out. So extract from the bottom, we get everything we want. The tallow's already cut up, so it should fill in fast enough. I know it's got the torturino on, but we'll just do it until we've got enough of a backlog. And there we go, bottled Hellfire, automated. So that's for the stellar capacitor. I have come back after a little break, it's been a few days, so we should be able to make stellar capacitors now, nice and easily. I've also just set up a farm similarly for Spanish moss, because I have a feeling we actually do need this soon. There's probably some other witchery stuff that we need, but I remember this. Same with just a villager. That just seems to be the easiest way. I'm sure I could set up another sort of farm, but look, we're getting quite a lot already. I've just put it on and we've already got 15, so it should be fine. But I'm just glad this system works. And now we have stellar capacitors, nice and easy to make. I'm going to go down here. I think we've still got a few Ender IO machines hanging about. Yeah, we've got this alloy smelter, so I'll put that in. Actually, that might be... oh no, that's a MeatballCraft machine. So that's the only one, I think, but there's a few upstairs that I occasionally use. Oh, there we go. Slice and spice. We don't have one. So yeah, that's just nice. A bit of an upgrade and nice and easy to make now. I made 6 really, really fast. Next up is a bit more of an annoying recipe. So it's in the basic crafting table. Dreadium plates, which we can just set up as a recipe. The pentacle, again, I think we need liquid witchcraft, but we are making that already. I can just import some into the system so it doesn't all go away. These I can set up. I think all of these are automated by the loot fabricators, so that should be fine. I just need to set up some auto crafting for the infusinator. This is more of an issue, is the Neutronium. We haven't automated the petal apothecary, and I assume we'll probably need quite a lot for this. And this is the poppet, which is what would require the Spanish moss. I don't know about spirit string. This is another sort of rabbit hole to go down, so we'll have to look at this. It is seemingly only on its use for this as well. So I should probably automate this, but a part of me also just wants to batch craft it because I don't like it. We've come now to a point where I've realised there's actually probably quite a bit of Botania stuff that I should have automated a bit earlier on than now, including living rock, living wood, the runic altar, and the petal apothecary. I'll see if we can actually make the guilty mana pool so that we can do the runic altar. I'm not quite sure how to automate it. I haven't actually done that before, but it should be fine. Okay, this is the setup I've come up with for living wood and living rock. We have 64 pure daisies, 32 for each side. We have one builder that places stone, one builder that mines living rock, and for this one, same, but one places wood and one mines the living wood. And by doing that, we now have fairly easily, actually, I think, automated this. Obviously, it takes a while just for it to make, but we should be making plenty, to be honest. I've just unlocked the drawers. I meant to do that. Yeah, look, we've already got several stacks of it. We'll put some upgrades on this, and I will probably transfer this into the system. That's probably the best way to do it. But yeah, it's nice and simple. Yeah, I just put it over here. I don't know if this is really a good location for it, but there was nothing else here. There was no planned paths. I think the path kind of goes straight through here instead. I like this being kind of part of the path and then goes over here. Ignore this. I was trying to make it look nice. It looks bad, so we'll ignore that. And yeah, so this should work. It's a bit slow because of the redstone clocks, but actually it's not too bad. It pretty much mines and places stuff efficiently, and we've made tons already, so system 1, a go. We also have now made enough Neutronium, and quite a bit more, to be able to make the remaining 6 Neutronium cruxes, and we can have a full 3x3 plot of Neutronium seeds. They're actually growing really fast. I probably will need loads, but it's not doing too bad at the moment, so that's good, and we can just turn it on, and there we go. Neutronium essence will be coming much faster. and we'll just see how much more we can get. Just had to pop to Arcana to get some more tesseract things, these tetrasteel crystals, and this is the easiest way to do it. You just go and Morning Star this room with a magnet and you get the crystal. So I think we only need the 4 for the Guilty Mana Pool. While we're here, I might see if we can just get 4 more just in case you need other Guilty Mana Pools in the future. There we go. We now should be able to make the Guilty Mana Pool, or the Everlasting Guilty Mana Pool. Perfect, we did it. Took us a long time. Luckily we had just enough metals for heroism to make enough orichalcus to make it, but there we go. I thought this was a quest. Did it ping? Did I just not notice? Who knows? Whatever. We've done it. We've got it. So this will help making runes more easy. I think I might try and do it over here, but we'll see. So I've sort of got this automation working. It does still drop things a bit fast. I think it's because the Runic altar is not like turning on fast enough, which is the problem. So I'm not quite sure how to remedy that. It just takes a minute to like register the items, but it does seem to still be crafting the right recipe. So it's probably fine as long as I don't do like a ton of them at the same time, because then obviously the items will despawn. It could also potentially just be some sort of maybe a visual glitch, but I ordered 64 fire runes and it seems to be going all right. So yeah, I think that's not too bad a system. I will try and craft some runes of wrath just because they're a bit more complicated and see how they go. Yeah, it didn't work with the rune of wrath. I'm not sure why, but the living rock wouldn't drop, even though it did before, so I don't know quite how to do this. It's a bit strange. Okay, so I've got it working, and this is not my design. I will give full credit to T2008 on YouTube. I'll probably link his video in the description. It's called Compact Runic Altar Automation, and this is the only way I could figure it out. I'll try and give a little explanation, but I definitely advise watching his video. It goes into way more explanation than I can, but basically the items for the rune crafting go into the mechanical user. They get right-clicked by the mechanical user onto the runic altar, and there's some redstone shenanigans. We are supplying living rock, so this detects a comparative signal. If it's less than or equal to 1, they put items on the runic altar. If it's more than or equal to 2, then it will place living rock and also use the wand of the forest, and then it just going back into the system via the advanced item collector. So hopefully this works. I mean, it's working now. It's still crafting them. So yeah, perfect. Thank you, T2008. This is the best way to do it that I've found, because I mean, I'm sure there's other ways, but it's too confusing for me to figure out on my own. But we've done it. That's runic altar automation done. And yes, I have put it down here. No, I don't care if it looks stupid. It's staying here now. I'm not moving it. Okay, so I think I've got the petal apothecary automated. I've just ordered 8 entropiniums to test it out. It is a little slow. Not sure why, maybe it just needs some speed upgrades or something, but it seems to be working completely fine. So it's just the interface on top of the open crate, and in the recipe the seed's just the last thing in, and it's just dropping the seed in last. And while slow, I think it's working. Even if it doesn't drop the seed last, it doesn't actually matter because the seed can't go in the petal apothecary anyway. So yeah, it seems to be kind of cycling them in an odd order, like skipping one each time and then putting them in. But so far, despite the slowness, it does seem to be okay. Now it's stopped working. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's this item collector. That's probably it. Now I put a filter on the advanced item collector. It seems to be working more consistently. It is going in the order of the recipe now. It's not skipping any so far. It is slow. I don't know why it's so slow. It's on blocking mode, so it doesn't cause problems, but oh well, it's working. That's something. I've also automated the infusionator just to be able to make us the essence things, the infusion gems, the infusion stones that we need. And because I wanted to just input like this and it had a limited item filter on, I forgot the bead upgrades. There we go. I've just done a little phantom face connected to the item input to input the ancient rock. So we've always got 64 in the system, and yeah, this should be working fine. I've got the upgrades. The only problem was that it was being a bit slow, but now it should be completely fine. So perfect. That's another thing ticked off the list. I think we may need to set up a bigger setup for the poppet just to be able to make the spirit string. I think the honey smelter oven, a couple of them, and a couple of honey smelter ovens and the loom, I think would be beneficial. It's a shame they're so big. I think so we'd need one nether steel loom for this. I'd need another one for the witch's stitching. I'd need another one for the golden thread, and 2 honey smelter ovens. So 3 nether steel looms and 2 honey smelter ovens for one thing. Seems like a lot. So maybe instead I will not passive it. That's probably the best way, isn't it? Is to not passive it and just have recipes for this. So we want 1 loom and 1 smelter oven for auto crafting. As we're going to need a lot of liquid witchcraft, I've set up a little mandrake farm. Mandrakes can't be grown on crop sticks, so I've used the Ender.io farming station. I know I could use a plant sower and the harvester, but I like the Ender.io farming station. I don't see why I shouldn't use it. Let me know if there is actually a reason not to use it. But yeah, it's just planting mandrake. I've also input fertilizer. It's got EMC, comes from an EMC link. We've got a not unbreakable prosperity mattock, so it's never going to run out. It's got infinite water. You have the seeds going back into the machine. I think it prioritizes filling this space up first, but I'm not sure. I'm going to put a little void upgrade on here and also some other upgrades just in case it ever backed up for any reason. I don't want to void things too soon. And the mandrake are just going back into the system, and the seeds are staying here, and that's it. And I could just put this here, and that will probably become a mandrake as well. So I'm just going to leave this. It is in one chunk, so I should just be able to flame and chunk load this area. It should all be lit up and everything. So yeah, we should be getting plenty of mandrake from that. We already have 151 mandrake, or 155, goes up fairly fast, so that's good. Mandrake shouldn't be a problem. I've tried to automate Zanite and Ambrosia a bit better with the meteoric befaller. We'll have to turn this off if we want to make anything else with the meteoric befaller or make another one, but basically it's the same as the salt setup, and it's just a fortune 15 pickaxe, which is infinite durability, breaking the blocks, being placed by a mechanical user going into the system. It does also produce dense gravitite, which doesn't work like this, so that's just going into the ender chest. I'm not sure what I will end up doing with it. It does lots of other things, like this recursive processor makes tons of enchanted gravitite, so it's good to have anyway. And this way we can get some more Zanite, because I've heard Zanite is like really essential later down the line. I mean, it's needed for these crystalline capacitors anyway. Maybe, yeah, so I've just heard it can be kind of a bottleneck in the future, so it's probably good to have a bit of a passive system for it. So this should work. I think I'm going to have to chunk load this bit, but that's fine. And yeah, we should be getting a nice passive supply of Zanite now. I didn't actually show it, but the recipe for the Zanite ore in the meteoric befaller is so cheap, it's just 10 holy stones, so I've just got that auto inputting with a limited item filter, and it does take a little while to run, but if we need to up it, we can up it in the future. Now, for the honey smelter oven, there's a tiny problem, and that's the fact that we actually need honey, and bees are slow. But if we're willing to use immersive engineering, which I'm not normally willing to do, but maybe in this case, we can actually use the industrial squeezer, which will get us 100 honey per honey drop, and it seems to work with the coloured honey drops. Now I'm not sure because it just says honey drop in here, but I mean, would it show on the uses? So I might make a little industrial squeezer and we can test it out. Okay, so here goes nothing. Let's see if this works. So, oh, well, it does look like it's squeezing. Oh yeah, it works. It does make honey. Okay, well, getting honey now for the honey smelter oven is a million times easier than it was. I think we've even already got an ender tank for this. I don't think I'll leave that there. Yeah, here we go. We've already got a honey ender tank. So yeah, this system, I don't really know what I was doing with it, so that's gone. Don't know how much honey we got from that. So, that filling up more? Yeah, that's filling up more. And then we can have the ender tank here, and then all we need is an input on this side for honey drops. Oh, wow. We just need to choose a colour. Let's go for this. Well, orange looks the most like honey, so just so it doesn't look like we're too cheaty, then just pipe this in like so, and ta-da! We now have infinite honey. I don't think we need to speed upgrade that or anything, so yeah, honey, problem solved. So I've set up auto crafting for both the honey smelter oven and also for the nether steel loom. Just works all the same as all the others, just with ender chests. The nether steel loom is a little bit different just because it has tiny item input, so these are just filtered for the ingredients. There's only 3 recipes: golden thread, spirit string, and witch's stitching. Some of them share the same ingredients, so I have put it in blocking mode just to make sure they only go in when they should. Otherwise, I think the recipes would get confused, but I just tested it out and made 64 poppets, and it's all working fine. So that's the poppet done. I think everything else about this was fine, so I think that's another item ticked off the list. I'm going to see if I can make a stack of these, and if I can, I can't. Oh, it's just seeds, leather, and some mystical petals, and the dreadlands matter. So, okay, it's just a couple recipes and just some EMCable things, so let me just do that and then we'll test it again. Okay, I think I should now be able to order 48. Yep, well, it seems to be going fine. We're making entropiniums, I think, so I'll just leave this running, continue on and see if it gets stuck or anything like that, but we should be fine, which is good because it means all the automations are good. I don't know. Oh yeah, look, that is crafting. It's a bit slow. I think the runes are taking a while to craft. Oh, we already have all the runes available. Maybe it's not, but they're crafting, so that's good. Yeah, they are definitely crafting. It's just really slow for some reason, so I'm not sure why, but it's working, so that's the main thing. So we are out of space in the Elite Auto Package Crafter, so I've just jammed it in a new one in here. Which, I mean, isn't very pretty, but it will do. I think it should work like this. It's only connected to one of the pattern extensions, but I think it will work. I've just input the bright steel case recipe, which is our next task, this. So can we actually make it? No, but the recipe does come up. So what are we missing? We are missing alloy plates, these ones, and we are missing iron components. Which sounds like iron mine to me. So what does it take to make these? Oh, that's just a simple recipe. Tungsten, molybdenum, dust. Oh, we definitely don't have that. So that's one thing. We can automate in a berserker forge. This doesn't actually take any liquid, so that's nice. So maybe we need to make a berserker forge, and then all of that's fairly easy, so maybe we need to make that, automate it, and then the iron component, that might be alright. I'll program it and see. So the berserker steel forge is a little bit of a tangent, but we probably should make it. It seems like a good idea. We have plenty of eternal dragonfire, so we need quite a bit of this. We'll need 4 buckets. We need the soul of the dragon slayer, which is the whispering hearts of hearts with the right scales from Mysterium, and that was that dragon thing, which I remember seeing and didn't actually get. The hand of the Dominion and the hand of the wing of worship are from News tax collector bees on the Leonard demon and the Baphomet demon, so I guess we're gonna have to summon them and set that up. So let's have a look for the soul of the dragon slayer first. Actually, we can't get the soul of the dragon slayer first, because first we need another hand of Dominion and a wing of worship and a sacrifice in MeatballCraft to be able to make it. So I guess it's going to actually be the rituals first. So before we actually get the guys, I'm going to get something called a pacifier syringe, and these stop the mob having AI, so they just sit there. This helps with lag, I think, and also if they're evil angry demons, we don't really want them to be aggressive. Oh, we've got 2 mob imprisonment tools, perfect. So I need to make sure I've got, oh, there's the tax collector queens. We actually do have 2, which is perfect. So I'll get some apiaries, probably one for each. I think there's only 1 left in, oh no, there's actually none left in here, so I'll have to make some of them and then we can do the rituals. Both rituals are fairly simple, so we have Leonard Sabbath, which is standard and in Athame to start it, and then we have Bathames, which is similar sort of thing. So I'll collect what we need and hopefully it won't be too bad. We've come to a slight issue, maybe, and that is the Stew of the Grotesque, which requires a lizard leg and a toe of frog, which we don't have, and we can't make this abominable egg at the moment, so I think it says it's found indirectly in some structures in the overworld and the nether. I'm wondering if in fact I can just find a frog and a lizard, but I'm not sure where, so I'll have to look that up. Well, I seem to be having a bit of a rendering issue at the moment, so I guess I'm going to have to relog. So I found the purple blaze fountain in the nether, and this actually has spawn eggs for some of the witchery stuff in. I don't know if that's new or not, but we've got the lizard and the toes, so that should give us what we want. I don't know why I've suddenly got some aether dirt, so I'm going to put them in mob imprisonment tools. Okay, so I just mob spawn them, and we have the lizard legs and the toes of frogs, and we just need a couple flowers, and we should be good on that grotesque stew. I'm not sure which order we're meant to put these in. I assume it's the order on this. So elixir, heart, mutton, elixir, then slime, lizard, frog, then adder, belladonna, hellebore. Adder, Belladonna, Ball, and we got it. Woohoo! So that's another step on the list for, I think it's for Leonard one. Yes, it's for Leonard. So let's just collect all the rest of the stuff. It shouldn't be too difficult. So I've been just having a little browse of the wiki. For Baphomet, we need to kill a sheep. It doesn't tell me I need to kill anything to summon Leonard. In fact, it's quite sparse. So I don't know if I'm gonna need another sheep for him. It feels odd if Leonard is like meant to be like the biggest demon if we don't need a sacrifice for him. So I'm gonna get 2 sheep just in case. And before we summon him, actually, there was a little idea that I was talking to someone about in Discord, and it is using the ultimate mob farm as a way to farm the demons instead of using the tax collector bee. I'm not sure if I have the leb fuel, to be quite honest. I don't really know. It makes a Californium, so maybe we do have it. I'm not sure. So I'll go see if I can get a couple of that or 4 of that or whatever, and then we can see if we can maybe make this instead and then try that. I think we just need a lasso. Oops, can't do that because of the AE system. So we just need this lasso and it never breaks. So maybe we'll give that a go instead of the tax collector bee. It seems, I mean, I think it seems like a decent shot, so I'll make them and we can give it a go. Well, I didn't have a passive process of it, but I have just chucked in some, I made some, we did have the products for it, it's just another step, and I've just chucked it in there for now, and it is technically making a little bit of heat, 24, but we don't need this on very long. Yeah, see the heat's rising, but it's not rising fast enough, I don't think, to cause a meltdown while we make these 8. So we should be fine. Famous last words, but I think, yeah, I'll make this and I'll cool it down by just not using it. This is just the old LAU fuel reactor. See, look, the heat's gone already, so I don't think I want this in my inventory for very long. Go away. Okay, cool, sorted. Okay, so I've set up the altar. I've put a ring of salt around it because I'm pretty sure they can't get through that. So I suppose I should just put everything on. And then I don't know if I right click or kill the sheep first. I literally can't remember. And I remember struggling a lot with this the last time. So sheep. Right click, okay, kill. Is it working? I do have my particles off. Oh, it is working. That is a lot of particles. Oh, hello. Okay, he can't get me. Oh dear, can I? Oh, I cannot capture him. Oh dear, he's not very happy. Can I pacify you? Beep. He doesn't seem very passive. I do have a soul vial. Will he go in that? Can I? Oh dear, permission denied. Well, can I put him in this? I'm not pledged. I don't want to pledge. Oh, do I have to befriend him first? Is that, how do I do that? So it's not very easy to make a stew of the grotesque with this guy trying to pull me in all the time. So I'll have to give it my best go. I don't think he can see me now. So let's try and make another one. Okay, so I've made it. And apparently if I look him in the eye and eat it while I'm looking at him. Okay, are we friends now? No. I'm not pledged. What? I don't understand. I thought, yeah, it just says if I look them in the eye and eat the stew, and that's what I did. I'm gonna try it again. Oh, I don't know what to do about him. So, I don't really know how to tame him, so I'm just getting a bunch of these things for now, and then I'll kill him. That's probably fine. Can I just kill him? He's just gonna... Oh dear. I don't really know what to do with him. I think I can just kill him. Okay, he's dead. Oh, he's left some friends. Right, well, hopefully we don't need too much of this berserker steel in the future. Maybe I'll be able to figure it out then, but yes, a bit irritating. So I'll summon the other guy as well, and then just get a bunch of whatever he drops. I literally can't even remember now. Okay, so I've got the stuff. I'm putting the sheep down and killing it. Okay, it seems to be summoning. Oh, this works. Then it's meant to be worse than Baphomet, so that's always reassuring. Okay, there he is. He seems unfriendly as well, so let's just chuck this in and get some other stuff that we need. I mean, he's really not that hard to spawn if we needed to respawn him, so... Well, I've got a bunch of his hands now, so that's good. And then I can just kill him, I think. I think that's a good bit of progress for today, so we'll continue in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.